Welcome to the podcast. I'm Jose.
I'm Julian, and we speak the word.
Today, we have a very special solo guest, Diego.
Hello, my name is Diego. You can find me on Instagram at Daytimes.
Alright, babe, my boy shouted himself out early. We were gonna tag him later, but that's alright. So,
Yeah, where are we? Big show.
oh, we are currently right now in the South Bronx, as you can see. Graffiti right there, projects right
Project.
there.
Not looking too good for us, but it's whatever.
That's our life, man. We've been here from the start. We're trying to make it out. That's the goal here. That's the goal. So, you want to say the first topic or you want me to say it? Right here.
So our first topic is making it out the trenches. So what we mean by that is, like we said, the setting we're here in the South Bronx, not very good environment that we're currently in. And so that's what I want to speak about. We're basically in the trenches. So what are your opinions about our environment at the moment? Like how is it like being here? Like living here?
I see. Okay,
Talk about.
living here, it's hard, you know? Not a lot of people are making money enough to, like, let's say, build on their financial future, and they're just kind of like stuck paycheck to paycheck or have very little in savings, so it makes living here kind of rough money-wise. And a lot of people here, you know, live in the projects or like very, like, how do I say it, like low rent apartments. And also with the people around here, also gonna be a lot of like, you know, dangerous people like crackheads and stuff like that. So living here is very dangerous, but you know, if you manage to get out of here, it's gonna make it very rewarding.
For sure. Definitely agree with everything you said. Yeah, it's very difficult indeed. Do you have any opinion on this?
Well, pretty much he covered it all. Like, everyone around here, everyone in that building right there has one goal in mind, and that's to make it out of there, for the most part. And that's the situation out here. There's no resources. There's a scarcity of resources. All the resources are on the other side of the river. So they already have the upper hand. So for us, we have to work twice as hard, sometimes 3 times as hard, to really get to the other side of the river. Because that's like pretty much everyone's goal, to make it out, have a good life, no violence, no crime. Because realistically, you play your life every time you step foot out of your house. Realistically. Like, I can talk for everyone here. You don't know. It's not guaranteed. It's not like a suburban neighborhood. You go out your house 3 in the morning. You're good. That's gated community. Over here, you really have to have faith. You know, me, I'm religious, and hope for the best.
Most definitely. So now we're talking about making it out the trenches. Now, so we've covered it. How is it like being here? So now, making it out. So, do you guys have any goals? So now we're gonna cover making it out the trenches. So we've discussed how is it like living here. So now we're gonna talk making it out. So would you guys say, do you guys have like a goal in mind, a plan? You know, do you guys want to do to be able to get out of this not so safe community?
I mean, I don't think I really have a specific goal, since, you know, I'm still young. I don't really know what's gonna happen to me in the future. I guess I should, you know, get a job at least, to at least start making money. And, you know, think of ways of how I can make even more money to help not only support me but my family. You know, since it's dangerous here, I don't think neither of them want to, like, you know, continue staying living here. So, no, just making a lot of money and living in like a rural or suburban area would be, you know, my big goal and trying to get out. So yeah.
What about you, Julian?
Yeah, I'll probably say the same as him. I don't really have a plan, like specifically. I don't have a plan on paper or nothing, but like, you know, like I do have goals. Like you said, I want to make it out of here. I'm not sure about living in a suburban area. I'm not really sure where I want to live, but you know, I want to be safe. You know, maybe probably in the future have a family, and with a family, definitely not live in these conditions. You know, I wouldn't as a parent, if I have kids, I wouldn't want my kids to be growing up like how we're growing up at the moment in this not so safe community, not a good neighborhood. So yeah, definitely want to be safe in the future.
Yeah, I agree with everything they said. Like Diego, Julian said, if I were to have a family in the future, which I hope, not live here, just live in it doesn't have to be a big home or anything. It just, hopefully not here, with these type of resources and all that, with the crime. Just somewhere safe, somewhere calm, and, just spend my days over there, probably somewhere out the country realistically, since like the country's on a, overall everywhere, not even here, crime levels are spiking. It's just something overall in this country that they're losing control of. So if order's not done, if they don't fix something or fix it up in general, I'd probably dip. And that'd probably be the best scenario.
What's up?
Look through my topics real quick. Alright, Diego. This is a very good thing, a very important thing that everyone should think about. I believe we were all here placed on this earth for a purpose. So, what's a lesson / thing you want to leave behind once you pass? Or like, what do you want to be known for if you do? Like, like you want to help someone, you want to be known as someone famous, or not everyone's famous, like, I'm not talking about like celebrity wise, but famous for something good, something that changed this world, or just a message in general. It doesn't have to be big, but it could be for your family as well. Something for later generations to like, oh, that was Diego back in the day.
That's tough. I guess like main thing is help the people around you, since not a lot of them are fortunate like you. Sure, we might be living in a bad, dangerous environment, but there's still people over there that have it much worse than us. So I try to at least get be financially wealthy and be able to also like support other people, not only my family but also like and people in other environments. So being known for like someone who helped other people and took care of other people, being known for that, I think that would be like a good thing.
Yeah. Do you personally have one? Like something you want to be remembered, a lesson, something?
Probably similar to what Diego said. A key point what he said, other people have it worse. That's something that a lot of people take into consideration. Some people just go around all day complaining, oh, my life this, my life that. Oh, I ain't get that new game, or my day at school was bad. And I feel like that's not something you gotta be worrying about. If you wake up every day and you get out of your bed, that's number one thing. You're grateful off the bat. Because not a lot of people live to see the next day. I think both of them can agree with that. They probably think the same way. Just being grateful, I think that's probably my message. To like everyone be grateful, because not everything's guaranteed, and like Diego said, everyone has it. Like people right here, they might have it bad. We might have it bad, but definitely somewhere else in the country or in the world, it's worse. So gratitude, always gratitude.
Yeah, most definitely.
What about you?
I most definitely agree. Definitely gratitude. You gotta be grateful for things. We may, our conditions may not be the best, around here. However, we still gotta be grateful for things. There's people that have it worse, like you said. There's people with absolutely nothing. We at least have something. It may not be the best, but something is something. We gotta be grateful. Like I said, waking up every day is a blessing itself. So definitely be grateful for things. And, like you said, don't be upset about bad day at school just because of this or that. Definitely be grateful. And another lesson is like try to spread positivity. Always be positive and spread positivity. Never be negative. you're not gonna get anywhere just being negative and being down. You gotta be positive. You gotta spread positive with others. You know, bring others up and stuff.
Definitely. Positivity can go a long way. And that sometimes just a bit of positivity can really change someone's day.
Most definitely.
Like it could really, someone could be down, you just hit them up or something, it changes, you know, just words of affirmation, words of kindness, you know, being kind to people, just words in general, like those type of words, yeah. You know, we gotta spread the word. That's what we're doing right now. We have another topic for you, Diego. Another question. A question that I think everyone should sit down and really think about it at one point, you know, in their life. You know, it could help you get further with your goals. And that question is, what's your definition of success?
Oh, okay. I think, you know, throughout all my years, I've been told that, you know, success is like, you know, making a lot of money or being famous or doing this and that. But at the end of the day, I think success is still like, you know, doing what makes you happy. If that's making other people happy or doing things like, I'm not saying, you know, making a lot of money or being famous is not success by your means. It just basically depends on the person who you're asking. But most of people's definition of success are what makes them happy. So I guess whatever makes you happy makes you, you know, successful. Like, and it varies on what you want. Like, what's your goal?
Yeah, I agree with absolutely everything he just said right now. It really does depend on the person. Not everyone, like Diego said, everyone's not gonna have the same success. Because everyone around us has different goals and dreams, like he said as well. So it could be a lot of things, like success could be like like he said, he took the word straight out of my mouth. I don't want to repeat a lot, but pretty much everything he covered, that's what success could be. And all around the world, people could have different definitions of success. So for him, I feel like we all agree on that. Connecting to success, what is an accomplishment, the biggest accomplishment in your life as of right now, that you would like to share?
I'll say my biggest accomplishment is leaving a program I was in. You know, in 9th grade, I joined a program called like SEO, and you know, I thought that, you know, this is my like biggest accomplishment. It's a very rigorous program, so making it in, you know, it made me really happy. And although I liked the program and the people I met there, at the end of the day, you know, I realized this was taking a toll in my life. You know, throughout 10th grade, like, I guess that's when I truly experienced the program at its fullest. I really like suffered a lot through grade-wise and program-wise and like life-wise. So it was challenging for me going through that. And so I decided like in the summer of my 11th grade, so last year, that, you know, this isn't for me. So I should, if I don't like it, then I should just leave. And that decision, you know, was probably the best decision of my life. Like, even though I didn't commit to thing I promised to them, and I left the people I truly liked behind. At the end of the day, I'm like more of a happy person since, you know, I finally got my grades back up, and, you know, even though in a worse position than if I would have stayed or would have not even joined in the first place, I think it's a learning experience at the end of the day. You know, some people have to go through challenges, and as of now, I'm glad that I faced that challenge of, you know, going through that and leaving, and, you know, looking where I am now, I'm much more happier and much more better with my like time management and school-wise. So I would say that is my greatest accomplishment.
me personally, I don't really have any accomplishments. I would say I don't really have any, very big, notable accomplishments. Yeah, I haven't really accomplished myself.
I'll get to my accomplishments in a bit, but what Diego said, it really touched me a bit. I'm not gonna lie. Specifically the part where he said acknowledging what's hurting you the most and leaving. That's the situation what he just shared. Being able to acknowledge that something's not good for you, or it's not good for you in that specific time. I give him a lot of props for that. Not a lot of people are able to do something like that, and that's not only for his situation, and like that's in general. Like people with like addiction, if someone is able to quit, that's acknowledging, oh, I have an issue, I have a problem, I'm not mentally good right now. Why am I doing this? Really assessing their actions and leaving, that takes a lot. And that really, made me think, yeah, he's right. That takes a lot, and that is a big accomplishment in any scenario. Like I said, it could be many things. Just like thinking to yourself, sitting down, damn, it's not in the moment right now, it's not gonna work. I gotta apart myself, I gotta do my own thing. That takes a lot, and I really admire that. I've seen that as well a couple years back, and yeah, it was. I still remember that moment where someone told me their story, or I was a part of it, and yeah, it touched me, man. Thank you for sharing that. But to share an accomplishment for me, I guess just that basically. I don't want to make it too long, that section, but yeah, just having the guts to speak up. I think that's an issue right now in this society, like with the youth, with adults. A lot of problems come with staying quiet, and I think a lot of people should really take into consideration speaking up if you need it. You hear that in many addiction ads, depression ads. Overall, even if you don't have none of those things, sometimes just talking to friends, what we're doing right now, talking to the camera, it could go a long way. And yeah, just speak up, spread the word.
So back on the topic on lessons, I think another deep lesson that we have here is that no matter the circumstances, that you should always rise above. So basically, like the environment that we have here, like we keep saying, not the best. However, each one of us, we have dreams, we have goals that we want to do. Even though we're basically in the trenches right now, we want to break out of the cycle. We want to rise above. We will have dreams and goals that we want to do. Just because we are in a not so good community doesn't mean that we ourselves have to be not so good. Doesn't mean that it's our destiny to be here forever. No, we must break out of here. We all have dreams and goals that we must pursue.
He said it perfectly. The environment isn't the best, but I think forget about the environment, forget about everything, your surroundings. If you want to really do something, if you really want it badly, you're going to do it, no matter the circumstance. That applies to many things: losing weight, getting a job, excelling in school. Literally anyone could do it. You gotta put your mind to it and really want it. That's the thing that beats talent or anything. It's the determination and the want. Realistically, you just have to have faith in yourself.
So, got quite a little dark, but it's whatever. So, our next topic is biggest fear. So, we're gonna start with our guest here. What would you say is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear would probably be, after death, being forgotten. A lot of people who die aren't really remembered. So, other by their friends and family. So, I don't really want to, live here and not be remembered in, let's say, 100 years. So I really want to like do something valuable in my life while I'm still here to at least be remembered for like the next few years or hundreds of years. Because I really feel like my life right now is important, and everyone is. So they should strive to like be remembered for at least existing.
Definitely.
Yeah. What would you say would be your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is probably just dying alone. Like similar, I guess this could tie in to people forgetting about you. If you don't have anyone with you in the end, you're gonna be by yourself, and then that's it. Like I see a lot of people like elderly, like older folks. Like when I see them sitting by themselves, like at older ages, that connects with his forgetting. They don't have family around. I know we're all gonna die and stuff, but just dying alone or not having someone by my side to support me in the future and stuff like that. I guess that hurt. Like you don't necessarily need someone. You can push through on your own, like throughout life. There's many people who have done it. But just having that extra support, I feel like that would be ideal for everyone or good. And I feel like that would be my fear, just dying alone. And yeah, it'd be a bit scary not having no one to talk to, since I like talking a lot. And probably, some more light. I'm scared of heights. Yeah, I can't do heights. We're currently on a roof, but it's safe. But yeah, I can't do heights. What about you, Julian?
Biggest fear, I'll probably say living with regret, probably, and probably letting people down as well. So I say living with regret more because I don't want to get older and older and regret things, and I don't want to get older and think back like, oh, I wish I would have done this, I wish I would have done that. I want to be able to live a happy life, and I want to be able to do things that I enjoy. And so I fear would be not accomplishing those things. Dying with not basically dying without living life to its fullest, basically.
Adding on to that, he said it pretty much perfectly. Regret, yeah, regret's a big part about a lot of people live with regret. That could be fear of rejection. That correlates with that. People are scared of getting rejected. That fear, it really does consume you. Like fear overall consumes you in a very bad way. Because if you're scared, you're gonna freeze up so badly. That leads to anxiety and all that stress. And it's real bad. It's like something real serious. Like it might not look like a lot, but it's just like fear. The word fear. But it's real. And that regret portion Julian spoke about, yeah, I believe people shouldn't live with regrets, like he said. Live life to your fullest. Do everything. Like don't oh, I'm lazy today, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna wait. Because that's what happens. People start waiting, and it never happens. So yeah, that's very powerful, and that's very important for everyone to take into consideration.
Most definitely. And a lesson that we can learn from this is that pretty much everyone has a fear of something. It's a normal thing. Everyone has one fear. Everyone has fear. Everyone fears of something. But I think we should overcome that fear and just not let it get to us. Like Jose said, fear makes you how did you say it? It attaches onto us or something?
Yeah, fear makes you freeze.
Yes, it makes you freeze. So definitely, you gotta have faith. You gotta be able to overcome that fear and not let it control you, basically.
Yeah, faith. I like that. Faith. I live by 5 or 6 things: hope, trust, faith. Got the last 3. Yeah, love and guidance. I like that. I like that saying a lot. Love and guidance. Yeah. Well, I forgot the last 3, but yeah. That's not, yeah. Oh, talking about love, love and guidance. This is a good question. The word love. What do you think that is, or how do you interpret the word love, or the subject of love in general?
Okay. Oh wow. No, love isn't really something you could explain. I guess the most simplest way is, liking someone a lot, but in there it's kind of like vague. Love is an emotion at the end of the day. You can't really describe your emotions into depth. So I guess love is like liking someone, but like more deeper way. Like, it really impacts you. Like that person leaves you, or like it's gone from your life, basically. So I guess loving someone is, really caring for them and really liking for them, and you feel like that person has like such a big part of you. So and if like they go away, like it feels like a part of you has also like gone away. Yeah.
Very good, right? You go.
You said it pretty perfectly. Love, the way I interpret it, it's not something you can go around and say to anyone. I'm not going downstairs right now and talking to the random stranger downstairs, telling them I love them, because it's not gonna be true. Yeah, I heard that.
Alright.
The word love, you only say it to someone you truly love. That's the way I think. When I say I love you, it's because I truly mean it. And that love isn't gonna go. That's not gonna die. It's gonna stick with you. Because it's a process of loving someone. You're not gonna love them like that. It takes a while, but in that time frame, when you get to know them, you fall in love with them, and that connects with love. Just overall that whole sense is like it's a very powerful word. Words have like very strong meanings. You sometimes just gotta sit down, like what you're doing, and really break them down. There's a lot to them. Love is everywhere. There's a lot of signs, symbols that demonstrate love, and it's just what I said. It's just a fraction of the word love as a whole. But yeah, truly just meaning what you're saying, and that's how I see things. Man, when I love for real.
For me, I would say love is deeply caring about someone or something. It is a deep connection, I would say, you have with someone. Like Jose said, love takes time. So in order to love someone, it definitely takes a lot of time. Like you said, you can't just go up to a stranger and say I love you. It's a long process. It takes time. It takes a deep connection. Love is definitely when you care for someone, I would say. Care for someone very, very deeply. I would say, a while ago I heard someone say, love isn't always a feeling, it's a commitment. And I stand by that a lot. When you love someone, you're gonna commit to that person, you're gonna care for that person, you're deeply gonna love that person. Love is a very, very powerful thing. It's a very, very powerful, connection. It's a commitment. So that's why it's a very rare thing, It takes time, like we said. It's not, it's very rare. Love is very deep and very strong.
Yeah. Something you should cherish.
Yes, for sure.
Cherish it for real, because it could all be gone the next day. That goes with gratitude. That goes with many things. Life isn't certain. Next day, you don't know. So love at your fullest while you still got time.
Yes.
No regret. Live your life like that. Going into, I guess, a more serious topic. We've been getting serious since it's dark now. If it's the vibe, if it's the mood. Um, this is something very important. We can all talk about it. Our stories we've seen in general on media, real life, stuff like that. Why men can't cry? I believe that's something like. Oh, Theo can answer it first. Why do you?
No, but I would say like, what are your opinions?
Yeah. What are your opinions on that? Like, is it a problem?
Like, do you think men can cry or can't cry?
Yeah. Like this connects. Yeah.
Oh shit. Damn, that's deep.
We told ya. Speak the word. Honest truth. You can say whatever, man.
Your opinions,
Yeah.
your stories,
Yeah.
experiences.
Yeah. I think, crying is like when you feel sad, and a lot of people, don't express that. And, as guys, we tend not to show emotions more on sadness. We can show we're happy or we're angry, but sadness is like something we don't really show, and that's mostly from like since we were born. We're not encouraged to cry or like talk about like our sadness and stuff like that. And I feel like it gets to a point where sometimes you can't take it, and you really need to like let your emotions out. And at that point, like you can't stop it. So yeah, but you also gotta realize it's not gonna be over at the end of the day, and you gotta push yourself forward, and you gotta live on. If you really want to cry, then I guess go for it. If you're going through a tough time, then it makes sense. But I guess at the end of the day, just don't give up. Live life to the fullest. At the end of the day, you only get one chance at life, so make the most of it. How I say, like experience some things and forget about it and move on. Take those experiences with you and be a better person.
Definitely. Better perfect. Similar to Diego, yeah, personal experience. You're taught not to cry as a man, and I think that's something people should change nowadays. Over at Syracuse, this guy who specializes in masculinity, he came and told us, and it stuck to me what he told us. He told us that he asked us, when you hear the word man, what comes to mind? He asked the guys in the class, and everyone said strong, caring. Oh no, caring was afterwards. Strong, aggressive, protector, provider, stuff like that, right? And then he asked, what's missing in this frame, in this picture? What goes under the radar? What goes over people's heads, right? Because at the end of the day, men and women, we're all people. We all feel, we do this, and we all added the parts that of a man that go under the radar. Caring, loving, it connects with providing and all that, but I feel like the society makes it look like that's all there is, and that's all, like that's the role. And same thing with women as well. The way they're seen in society, just providers at home, cooking, cleaning. That's what society thinks. Like that's everywhere, and that's wrong. At the end of the day, they're not really talking about what goes behind closed doors. Like in many shows and many films, that's what's shown to kids and other people. That's what society is teaching us, and I feel that's the issue. We all think that's the issue here. That's the honest truth. There's just a lot that's going under the radar that should be considered for it all to be fair. Because you just can't go off the bat judging someone, straight off. Alright, nah, that's all you're for. You're a man, so you're that. No, you have to really get to know him, that's one thing I go by. Never judge someone before you get to know them. Always give them an opportunity. And yeah.
Clip got cut off, but back to where we were. It is my turn for the question why men can't cry, or if men can cry, or opinions or thoughts or anything. So, my personal opinions, I believe men can cry. Crying is a normal emotion that everyone goes through. Like what they said, we're all human at the end of the day. We all experience sadness, so it's okay to cry. However, like he also said, a man has also a lot of different things that he has to do. So I believe that it is okay to cry, but we shouldn't get too comfortable with it. Like Diego said, if you're going through something, then it is okay to let it out. It's okay to let it out once in a while. Everyone always says like bottle up emotion as a man, you can't cry and stuff. I would say it's much definitely worse to bottle up your emotions. That's definitely much bigger problems can come from bottling up emotions. I've heard stories of people that bottled up emotions and just, it just didn't go well. So it's okay to let it out once in a while. Like I said, don't get too comfortable with it, but it's okay to let it out once in a while. Also, another example would be like if someone I deeply cared for was sad and going through something, I would definitely much rather them cry and come to me, just cry, let it out, than them bottling up their emotions and letting it build up. Because letting it build up can lead to many different things. That's how depression starts. That's how suicidal people and stuff. Like I said, I would definitely much rather someone I cared for to come crying to me than to possibly have those other thoughts that aren't so good. So yeah, I would say it is okay. It's fine to cry. You just shouldn't get too comfortable with it. If you're going through something, yes, you can cry, but eventually you have to pick yourself back up. You can't just, if you're going through something, you can't just sit there and cry all day, every day. Eventually that's to a point where you let it out for a while, but you gotta get back up. You gotta stand up and take control of your life. You can't let the sadness overcome you and let it control you. So yeah, and it's okay to cry, but don't get too comfortable with it. If you're going through something, it's okay, but yeah, don't let it control you too much.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm not here to judge people. I think if you're not a bad person, you're not gonna judge someone. So just let it out, as Julian said. Like that's the best thing. You don't want to explode. Exploding can lead to a lot of things, and yeah, we don't want that. That's why we're here talking about it. Spreading awareness, spreading the word.
Yes. So our next topic, we're almost ending it. We're gonna get a little deeper now. So we're gonna do deepest point in your life. So we're gonna start with our guest here. What would you say is your deepest point in your life?
I guess one of my deepest points in my life was my 10th grade year, because I just ended 9th grade and I didn't end off on a good note, and I was going through a big change, a lot more work I was given, and it was hard work at that, and people kept putting pressure on me, and I had other things going on, like my program and stuff like that. So it was really a life-changing year. I was going through a lot, and I started experiencing some things. I really won't get deep into it, but that really changed to who I am today. And throughout the year, I wasn't showing up to school, or if that, I was showing up pretty late. I wasn't doing my work, and I was failing my classes, which was the first ever. So I was really going through some things that time, but it's alright, because after that horrendous year, I got my things straight, and I did some changing in my life, and we are now. You know, living a better and happy life, a good life.
Yeah, definitely. To add on a bit before I get into my part responding to you. Yeah, I feel like ninth grade, you know, that transition from middle school, you know, work is easier, like he said. Then straight off high school, boom, like that, mad quick. Yeah, I could like, you know, feel you, you know, like it does like, you know, catch you off guard. And yeah, it's a rocky start at first, but you know, you gotta push through, you know, get to the other side, and yeah, my ninth grade year was pretty good. It was pretty good. What's it called? For me, my deepest point, my life is probably, I'm gonna share like two, not too much, but slightly. Probably like the loss of my grandfather. Me and my grandfather were very close. He passed away this past December. I think on the 18th. 18th of December. My grandfather and I really were close. I called him every day, and then out of nowhere, it just stops. You know, not only for me, but everyone who's probably lost someone. You know, they feel that. You know, like just the absence, it really affects. In the moment, I didn't cry because I don't really cry a lot. I don't really feel a lot. I think that, you know, that's one of my problems. And it takes a while for it to kick in, because I try to play scenarios in my head, like, oh, what if this, what if that. But at the end of the day, he's gone, and the only thing I can do is just move forward. Remember him. Keep him alive within me, within my family, and that's pretty much it. And the second point, deepest point, probably like when I lost someone that I was close to. They're not dead, but just I had to part ways. I've never really said this to anyone or on video or on cam or like that, only my close friends and stuff. But yeah, it hurt. You know, just losing someone in general, that hurts. They don't have to necessarily die, but if they leave, just having to bear with that, live with that, yeah, it hurt. But nothing could have happened, you know. Like we spoke before, no regret, no nothing. You gotta enjoy it. That's the one thing out of all this pain, all this, you know. Oh damn, I'm sad here. Damn, what could I have done? There's nothing you can do. All you can do in these situations is really just learn. Really learn from it. Take it all in. Be like, I'm grateful. You know, I'm religious. I'm at it real quick. I'm grateful that God gave me the opportunity to put that person in my life. And it was fun. It was a good time. Much love, for real. I cherish them to the end. To the end, I'll cherish them. I'm getting real right now. It's the point of the pod. Not a day goes by. It's real. But yeah, just cherish the moments you have, because any day could go like that. But like I said, you know, God puts people into your life for a reason. And who knows, man? Who knows in the future what could happen? Who knows? Let's see. All there is to it with the cherish, the hope, it's hope, love, trust, patience, faith, and a promise. That's all people gotta live with. You can use it however you want to use it, but you gotta live by something. That's what I believe. That's what those words were. Something I lived through day by day. That's it. That's all I got. All I can do at the end of the day is leave it to God. That's it. He's in control at the end of the day. He decides what happens. I have faith, man. Yeah. I have faith that I'll rejoin my grandpa later in the years. My time comes. Hopefully this person that I lost a year ago, 2 years ago, returns, but only time will tell. But the story is not meant to be sad or anything like that. It's not meant to get attention or nothing like that. It's meant just to learn. Just spread the word. Just learn. Learn from your experiences, and that goes for everyone's stories. Any deep story in general. Any sad point, low point, you have to get out of it somehow. And it all depends on how you use the learning and that moment in your life to build on and become the best version of yourself possible. Yeah, that's it. What about you, Julian? What's your deepest point?
I'll say mine's pretty similar to yours. I got two. Well, the first one would be the loss of my brother. He didn't die, but well, not the loss, but probably like the separation, I guess, between me and my brother. He went away. He went to the Marines last year in January, and but that definitely hit me because as my brother, who I grew up with, I basically spent my whole life with. So him going away was definitely something that definitely hit. That's one of the deepest moments because like I had to live life basically now without him, and it was so different because my whole life I'm used to him being there. He's my older brother, and him going away definitely hit. I had to learn a lot. I definitely learned a lot of things. I had to learn a lot of things. Like him going away, I felt like I had to do something with myself. That was basically like a turning point in my life. I feel like in that point where he left, it's kind of like where I went from. It's kind of like where I turned from like a little kid to a teenager. I feel like, before that I didn't really care about nothing. I didn't really do anything. I was a little kid basically. But when he left, I felt like I had to toughen up a little bit. I learned from it. Yeah. And the second one, also kind of like Jose's, the loss of someone that I cared deeply for. Not really a loss, but another separation of someone I deeply cared for. That's definitely another deep moment. Like Jose said, he basically described it perfectly. It hit. It was very tough. A very deep moment, I would say. But yeah, honestly, Jose said everything perfectly. At the end of the day, it's like there's not much you can do. Like when you're in a deep moment, the only thing you can really do is just get up from it. You gotta get up from it. You gotta learn from it. Yeah, you got from the deep moments. You gotta get up from it, learn from it, and what else I was gonna say? Yeah, like I said, cherish things, be grateful for things, because you never know when they're gonna be taken away from you. So yeah, definitely be grateful for everything that you have. You can lose a person, you can lose something, anything can happen. So, and anything can happen, and it can put you in a very, very deep position. So, you gotta learn to cherish things, be grateful for things, be happy how things are. Because eventually, not everything lasts forever. Eventually, everyone is gonna be put in a tough spot. Everyone is gonna be put in a deep position, whether it's the loss of someone, whether it's something that you did, whether it's a problem that you have, something's gonna happen to everyone. Everyone is gonna be put in a deep position at some point. But you honestly just have to fight. You have to get back up, learn from it. Accept that things happen for a reason. Like what they said, I'm also very faithful. I believe that everything happens for a reason. That's why another thing, you gotta be positive. If you're in a deep position, you gotta be positive. You know, I know being in a deep position is very, very hard. It's very difficult, and it takes time to recover from it. But eventually, you gotta get up from it. You gotta turn back positive. You can't let it control you forever. You can't be stuck in a deep position your whole life. You gotta get up, be positive, learn from it, and just rise up again. Honestly.
Definitely. I believe, yeah, everything, all three of us, the story, the lesson here is just, it's not how you start it, it's how you finish it. Realistically,
Most definitely.
that's how life is. You have so much time, just use it wisely. Realistically, time is precious.
100%.
Like Diego said, freshmen, we're seniors now. It don't feel real, but that's how life is. We're gonna go into a new part of our lives, and we just gotta adapt to succeed.
Most definitely.
We just gotta keep spreading the word as we go.
Yes. Yeah, so I'd like to add on to what they said. You know, what you said is not how you start, it's how you end. And honestly, I feel like that would honestly be the main lesson of this whole thing, this whole podcast.
Yeah.
We've talked about deepest points. We've talked about our environment, like we said at the start. Our environment, not the best, We're not in the best of environment, the best of place right now. Like I said, there's worse. There's people that have it way worse, and it's not how you start. It's how you end. We have goals and dreams that we want to chase. There's things we want to do, so we have to push forward in life and accomplish those things that we want to do. And like I said, cherish the time that you have. Time is very valuable. Time is the most valuable thing you have, because that is something that you cannot get back. Once you used up your time, that's it. It's not like money. You can't buy time. Time is very, very important. So yeah, with time is honestly everything. You have to use your time very, very wisely. Do things that you enjoy. Do things that you want to do important things. And yeah, honestly. And like, time is everything. Like, even with the deepest point, with time, if you're in a deep point, with time you will eventually heal. Everything takes time, like we said earlier, with love takes time. Everything takes time. Time, I would say, is very, very important, one of the most important things in life. So definitely take it, cherish it, and be grateful for it. Be grateful for what you have.
Definitely. Said it wonderfully.
Be grateful, cherish everything, and take every opportunity.
Well, this is the end of the podcast. Thank you, Diego, for coming on, getting real with us.
Thank you.
It takes a lot, just to speak on different things about your life. You weren't forced to do this, but we appreciate you coming on.
Yes, thank you very much. I say it was a very good podcast, very good talk we had. Thank you for coming along. We hope that we could do more of these amazing podcasts, and that are more, have more good talks in the future.
Most definitely. Hopefully, next one soon. But yeah, we appreciate y'all for watching. I hope y'all follow us on the journey of these podcasts. Y'all seen it here. If y'all made it to the end, y'all probably seen it. We got real. It's real things that happen in real life that not a lot of people share on the media, because they in their own world. Fake stuff at the end of the day. But here, it's all real. It all comes from the heart, and we appreciate y'all. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
And
Like we said earlier, we're just a couple of teenagers here, working on a project. And so, we hope that you follow along with us on this journey. I hope there's much more to come.
Alright. I hope y'all spread the word,
Because we speak the word.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.